Welcome back, amazing people, to another day in CS2 case market coverage. Every single day, we're here doing what nobody else is doing, and we're going to jump right into this because we do not waste your time or your money here at this channel. So, starting in here at the newest rare case, the snakebite case, still down to about 32 cents. It peaked at about 35 cents a few days ago, but still been hovering around this 32-cent range for a while now. The clutch case has finally made its climb into being over 70 cents now. Has been a tremendous week for the clutch case, starting at about 64 cents, now up to where it is now at about 71 cents. So really been moving a lot on that one, and I don't expect it to stop over the next 6 months to year. I do believe that this could potentially climb into the $1 range by the end of the year, but we're going to have to see. At this rate, obviously it would, but it would be hard for it to continue that at that rate for the entire year, but we'll see how things pan out. The CS20s have continued moving upward just very regularly, not in any crazy spikes, but just continuing a trudge forward, all the way up to 88 cents, up a cent from yesterday, which was up a cent from a few days before. So some quick movement on the CS20s now, and the big ones to look at from today, obviously, other than the clutch case, or the Prisma and Prisma 2s. Now, the Prismas are finally almost over this dollar range. Really been having steady growth throughout the month. Started the month at about 81 cents, now up to about 98 cents. An incredible month for a case at this price. That's a huge percentage growth on that case. Now with the Prisma 2s, these are up over a buck 11. Remember last week they were just at about like a dollar 3. We've been seeing crazy growth on these, starting the month at about 85, 86 cents, all the way up over a buck 11 right now. And if you go ahead and look at the last week, really started at, I guess, a dollar 5, yeah, up to where it is now at about a dollar 11. So 6 cents in a week is pretty big. It's just been steadily rising, almost about a cent every single day. Um, so yeah, really been on the way up. Still got a long way to go on those, but it's pretty telling how much confidence there is in those in the market because they've really just been ballooning. Uh, Now here with the Falchions, now these, I do believe there's probably at least one, maybe two or more specific offloaders for this case, but we saw a 20-cent drop on this from yesterday. But again, if you go ahead and look at these amounts, it looks like somebody's just trying to unload for these lower prices. Um, Once somebody buys like 200 or so odd cases, we should probably be back up to this 50-ish range, but we'll see. This might actually be a pretty good time to buy for these because I do think it's inevitably going to rise back up to that 150 range, probably within the coming, I would say, weeks. I don't want to be too like, I don't want to sound like too confident, but it is what it is. If you're watching the market, this is just the way it's been moving lately. It's been very fast. The shadow case up 3 cents from where it was yesterday. The horizons up to about a buck 67, where they're sitting at now, which is actually pretty high, almost pushing into that dollar 68 range. As you can see, somebody's really purchasing these up crazy right now. And the market has just been falling upwards. So if you look at that, it's now almost pretty much, yeah, at an all-time high. It peaked on Christmas Day, obviously, because Christmas people buying, cases to open or whatever, but now at its all-time high once again, the Horizon case, and looks to continue moving. We're going to keep our eye on that one. Obviously, the Spectrum case up a couple cents from yesterday. The revolvers up a couple cents from yesterday. We're about 290 yesterday. If we come down and look now, a lot of these middle tier price cases, if you come ahead and look from the past few days, have really been staying stagnant except for the one that we covered the other day. Like it, literally all of these really just been no movement, if not like a few cents down on a bunch of these mid-tier priced or these mid-priced cases. But if you look at the Vanguards, which I think I covered these like maybe 2 days ago or something, really been seeing crazy growth on these. So especially within the last couple days, like within the last week, started I guess at about $4, now up all the way up to about, which this really, in about 20 or so odd cases, we're going to be back up into the 440, 450 range on these, and I expect those to keep growing. So really, if you get somebody that wants to buy, you can't even buy 1,000 cases straight off the market right now. So if there was somebody that wanted to buy a few hundred of those, the market would really jump up. And obviously, there's still more than that in existence, but we would have to wait for that to get to the Steam market to really see that reflect in the price, because otherwise we're going to see that price keep climbing on the Vanguards now. Again, with all of these middle priced cases, really not a ton of growth with these higher priced cases. We see these move up and down so crazily every single day that it's not really worth it to get into the price fluctuations on these, especially for investing, because it's just like if you're going to buy them, you're probably going to be shifting the market a little bit anyway. So it is what it is. You got to it's much harder to invest in these anyways. I do still like to show them for people that like to look from day to day if they have a specific case that they're interested in and they come in here and like to, see it. But I don't really get too much into coverage on those. They're a much more difficult investment, and I think you will get a much lower percent return in about 4 years or so on those. So yeah, the danger zone stated about $1.15 on those. And with that, that's really most of the movers for today. A lot of stagnation in the middle priced cases, but really with these I really like these cases that are like anything under $3 as an investment right now. I think these are going to be climbing and you're going to be seeing the greatest percent return on these cases by maybe 4 or so odd years. Just because these I believe will all be climbing too. Absolutely. It's just I like uh, it's hard to explain, but these are going to be getting like if these get up to like $10 by the time these ones get to like 8, which is a little more realistic if you look at what happened with like other cases currently and their release dates and what prices they were at specific times. It's likely that we're going to see the same pattern of these, but with these middle tier price cases. But with these newer ones, they could reach where things like the glove and breakout are in about 4 or maybe a little more, maybe a little more, maybe a little less years. And so you'll be seeing a higher total yield on that if you really put in money on these. And you can buy way more cases for these lower prices with the same amount of money. So I just like these more as an investment, and it's great that we're seeing a lot of movement on these because that shows that the market is going in a good direction on these investable cases, and they won't be as investable for long. So folks, get in while you can. I really appreciate everybody for coming out. And yeah, we never miss a day of coverage. I might eventually, who knows? But we'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you all for coming out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.